Hello and welcome to an update video. I just thought I'd make a quick update video to let you know about a couple of things, and also a very exciting development that happened last week I'm really quite pleased with, and also some housekeeping, I suppose, for the YouTube channel. So first of all, I'm very pleased to be able to announce that the new ident for Archaeosoup Productions is now ready. The ident, in case you didn't know, is a little bit that goes at the beginning of a video. It tells you who's made the video, in my case Archaeosoup Productions, and for a long time it was just a picture. Well, recently I introduced an animation where the spoon goes through the soup and spells out Archaeosoup with the drippings from the spoon, and that was meant to be a stopgap until my good friend Lisa down at Glass Cannon Animations could deliver her take on the ident. And last week she did. Now I'm happy to say actually it is quite a different take on that brief than what I did with my animation. So what I'm going to be doing actually is using the two in conjunction. So I'll be taking turns, and hopefully it'll mean that you won't, well, they may take turns, but basically hopefully it means you won't get too bored of seeing one or the other animation. There'll be a bit of variation there. But nonetheless, without any further ado, let's take a look at Lisa's ident. So there you have it, the new ident for Archaeosoup Productions. I'm really quite pleased with it actually. It's brilliant, and also actually I like that it's a different take on the Archaeosoup logo as much as anything else. It doesn't look like the Archaeosoup logo quite as much as my one does, but it's a nice sort of artistic style that's been introduced to it. So very pleased with that new ident. So expect to see more of that in the future. A couple more bits of news for you. First of all, this morning I had to hand over my beloved, relatively new Canon 650D camera to a courier, which was incredibly nerve-wracking, because sadly it's been malfunctioning on shoots. When I was shooting actually at Binchester the other day, there was just some problems with it, the communication between the camera and the lens. So it's gone off and it'll be back in 1 to 2 weeks. So hopefully you won't notice too much of a difference, but things like, for example, on this camera that I'm using here, there's a bit of a problem with the autofocus. Well, no, not a problem, sorry, but it keeps on refocusing on my face if I move. And so you may notice a bit of blur around on the screen when it's refocusing and back and forth. So if you notice that for the next couple of weeks, that's the reason why. The videos haven't, or rather your computer isn't malfunctioning, it's just a different type of camera that I'm using. But nonetheless, it's great to be able to have a backup 1080p camera. Superb. So I'm not complaining, not at all. But nonetheless, that means that certain plans have been slowed down ever so slightly. But I'm looking forward to getting it back. Now when I do get my lovely beloved camera back, I will be, or rather we will be, pursuing the next series of Archaeology Gastronomy. You may recall the first series about ancient Greek food went down rather well. Went down well, good pun. And it continues to be well received actually. People love trying out the ancient Greek recipes, but also learning a bit about ancient Greek cuisine. And I've been talking with Nicola over at 41 Feasts, and she is now ready to pursue filming the second series. You may remember there was a slight delay because she recently adopted a little girl, a lovely little girl called Tilly, and they wanted to give her a bit of time to get settled before Mum had cameraman in kitchen. But also as well, actually now, this new series will actually be being shot on proper equipment with a tripod and a decent camera and a decent sound setup. Whereas the previous series was shot using only my iPhone. And while I think it shows a certain amount of skill on my part, it also as well shows in its quality. So hopefully the new series will be even better and even more well received. So you can look forward to that in the very near future. One final note, and that is with regards to the Archaeosoups. You may have noticed the last couple of Archaeosoups have had a drastically reduced sound quality. That is to say, compared to the intro music, my voice is incredibly quiet in those videos, which is not good. Now the reason why that is because I recently upgraded my phone from an iPhone 4 to an iPhone 4S. I've been with the phone company that I'm with for many, many years, and they give me very good upgrades actually. But unfortunately, it seems that the 4S may have a fatal flaw, and that is that the European Union has dictated that it can only play sounds back at a certain decibel, so it's quieter in terms of its speakers, and that may well have affected its ability to record sound beyond a certain decibel as well. I'm going to be getting this fact checked out on Friday. I've got an appointment with the Apple Store, but it may well mean actually that it hasn't been my anything I've been doing in editing at all. It's actually been the equipment has just been recording me much more quietly. Now I've got a couple of options if that is the case. I can either start shouting at the camera, which I don't really want to do, or there are a couple of runarounds I might be able to do by just sort of running it through an editing program and raising the sound up. But nonetheless, for this week, I'm afraid I won't be doing any Archaeosoups because I can't guarantee the sound quality, and it is bugging me. So I'll get that checked out on Friday, and we'll go from there with the Archaeosoups. That said, though, as ever, you can keep up to date with archaeology news as ever, by checking out the Archaeosoup Twitter feed on the YouTube channel homepage. If you go to the channel homepage, click on the Twitter logo, little blue bird there, you can see news stories as they're being posted, and you don't have to be a member of Twitter to see it. I know some of you are Twitter phobics. I don't blame you, incidentally, but that's where you can keep up to date with the news that I'm posting. So no Archaeosoups this week, just because I can't guarantee their quality, and I'd much rather put out good quality stuff for you fine folk. So there you go, that is all the different updates I have for you. Safe to say that I had a great time last week at the Beacon Centre, and it was a pleasure meeting the public in North Shields. Hopefully they may have me back again at some point. And in a couple of days actually I'm going to be at the Bowes Museum in County Durham doing a workshop about what is archaeology. The Bowes Museum is a local repository actually for archaeology in the area. It's where finds are taken when they've been found by units in County Durham, for example. So it's going to be quite an honour to be in the midst of that sort of collection and talking about archaeology again to the public and to anyone else who's interested. So that should be interesting as well, coming in the next couple of days. No, sorry, well, on Thursday actually, I'm going to be doing that. Anyway, busy times for Archaeosoup. It's been a wonderful summer so far, and long may it continue. Now, I'm going to let you go maybe and check out the Twitter feed, check out those news stories, and I'll leave you once again with Lisa's new ident for Archaeosoup Productions. Thank you very much, and until next time, bye-bye.